What's up, Ragin Nation? This is Alex Yoon. You're watching the Ragin Ronin review, and in this video I am going to be reviewing The Grey for you. The Grey stars Liam Neeson and is directed by Joe Carnahan. Joe Carnahan has directed The A-Team and Smokin' Aces, to name a few movies. And from the trailer, I figured that this movie is really about Liam Neeson using his skills as either a soldier or a hunter to help defend a bunch of crash-landed passengers from wolves. So that's what it's all about, and I thought, wow, that's pretty badass, because Liam Neeson has been quite a badass recently. You got Taken, you got him as Qui-Gon Jinn, and he was kind of kick-ass in Unknown, I think. I didn't watch that movie. But anyways, Liam Neeson has been quite a kick-ass actor because he's been taking a lot of kick-ass roles. I've said kick-ass one too many times. So when the movie starts, it's revealed that his character is a very emotionally conflicted character. He's a hunter, rifleman, who defends an Alaskan drilling team against wolves, because that area where they are in Alaska is populated by a lot of wolves and it threatens their work. So he's just there to take them out. At the beginning of the movie, you can tell that Joe Carnahan really wants to establish what Liam Neeson's character is like. He's dealing with some emotional issues with him and his wife. I guess he misses his wife because maybe he's been away from his family for a really long time. But it's later revealed that his wife left him, and at the beginning of the movie he wants to commit suicide, but then later on during a suicide attempt he hears a wolf howling, and then that puts him back into action. It distracts him from what he wants to do, and then after the wolf howls, it just reminds him of his duty. So that is established in the movie. Later on, the plane crashes, and I gotta tell you that Joe Carnahan did the best job in Hollywood history in making a plane crash seem intense. I mean, I felt like I was in the plane just because it was a very, very violent way of filming it. It was shot very tight, everything's up close, but it was shot from almost like the profile view of Liam Neeson. So we think about what Liam Neeson is actually seeing when the plane goes down, and it is very horrific. It's very intense. You really get a sense of that chaos and confusion and just being overwhelmed by all that disorientation. So that was a really, really intense scene, and that really set the tone of what the movie's going to be like from now on, because afterwards it is truly a story about survival, and not only just survival, but this is survival of man against nature. A lot of people are thinking that the wolves are the antagonists in the movie, but it really isn't. This is man against nature in its most rawest form, and Joe Carnahan really does a great job in delivering that to the audience, because it was nature that took down the plane. It is nature that's getting these passengers killed one by one by these wolves. It is nature that is making these men turn on each other. So this is really a story about man against nature, and Liam Neeson is the one who's the leader in this movie, who really keeps us cool, and he just does such an amazing job as a leading man. In fact, I think he deserves an Oscar for the 2013 Academy Awards for his performance, because what you see in this movie and what's displayed from his character is every single type of emotion. You've got fear, you've got tragedy, you've got little bits of happiness, and of course you have shock. And there's a lot of shocking moments that really just make you silent, because once it happens you feel like, man, you never want to be in those parts of the country or those parts of the world, because it's really unforgiving out there. And that's actually thanks to some of that great cinematography. They really capture the essence of how dangerous Mother Nature can be, and that you shouldn't turn your back against it. One of the things that I like about this movie is that it wasn't your typical Hollywood fare. Joe Carnahan made a decent action movie with A-Team. It shows that he can be a really solid action director with Smokin' Aces. But this is not something I would expect from him, and I'm definitely looking forward to more movies from him. There was only really one gunshot in this entire movie, but other than that, the action is very raw. It's very violent, it is gory at times, and you really feel like you are in the forest, in the blizzard with these wolves. I mentioned before that this is not your typical Hollywood fare. There is a bit of a subtle twist ending, which I'm not going to talk about here. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'd like to acknowledge the feelings of some audience members who think it might not have worked for them. I personally liked the ending. I thought that it was very, very appropriate. The girl next to me said, "That's bullshit." The more I thought about the movie, the more I felt that That was actually the perfect ending. That's how it should have ended. It couldn't have happened any other way. Otherwise, it felt like his character wouldn't have gone through that, it's called a character arc, you know, where everything comes full circle. If you really understand the character and the theme of the story, then the ending makes a lot of sense. And I'll leave it at that. Anyways, I really enjoyed this movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. The best movie of 2012 so far. Okay, well, I've only seen 3 movies, but this is the best one, and I highly recommend this movie. Go check it out. I'm actually making another video which talks about the ending. It's a spoiler-filled movie discussion about this movie, The Grey. If you want to check out that video, I'm gonna leave a link at the end of this video right now. I just want to acknowledge what people thought about it, and I want to tell you my thoughts. Anyways, leave in the comment section below what you thought of the movie if you saw it. My name is Alex Yu, and thanks for watching the Ragin Ronin review. Peace. But right now, I'm actually going to talk about the ending of The Grey. The ending had a lot of controversy.